right? So now we need to see any of these signs. These are our signs to buy and our signs to sell. Are we still together? Can we all still hear me, please?
Yes, we are hearing you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. So now that we understand these reasons to buy and reasons to sell, we will now look out for opportunities on the market that fits in perfectly with all of these reasons, and then we can begin to take our opportunities. As we know, we plan our trade and you trade our plan. It's very wise when you are trading is that you first plan the trade, and then you will trade the plan. Very, very ideal. Ideally, this is how we have to follow it. So let's now go over to the chart and begin to look at opportunities. So since we don't have fundamental news, pre-planned fundamental news today, we are big on technicals. So just so to remind us, last week, NFP, on Friday, we had 3 good news for USD, but the market did not move as expected. So, of course, we know that the market can choose to do whatever it likes. It can choose to react or not. So I'm starting with gold. Let me just touch on gold, and then I'll move over to currencies. So for gold right now, this setup is good for day traders, people who like to do day trade. We want to enter a trade and close it today. So number one, we can see our support price moving at support. This is the breakout and retest of a resistance. And then we can also see our reason to buy. Our reason to buy has happened here at support. You can see the red candle first, followed by the green candle. See it as we have explained here. Red candle first, followed by the green. Then next now, you can now see that price is not moving in an uptrend. Price is now moving in an uptrend. See it? This is the higher high. The uptrend consists of higher highs and higher lows. We have the higher high here. Then we have the higher low here. Let me reduce this. And this is our higher high. See, higher high, higher low. So next now, this higher low has created a new higher high. This is our higher low. This is our higher low. So because it's an uptrend, and then one of our reasons is to buy in an uptrend after a pullback. Where is the pullback? It's the pullback here. It's the pullback here. Pullback is what we are seeing happening now. Pullback. This is where we have the pullback. So as this fulfilled our requirements for a buy, yes, it has. So once we enter a buy now, in this trade now, our stop loss, where is it going to be? Below previous higher low. Below the previous higher low. And our TP can be anywhere above, as long as it's not above the resistance. So gold for day traders, this is a good setup to enter a buy, very short buy. Right? So let's now go over to currencies. So let's start off with CHF JPY, the JPY PS, right? JPY PS. So last week, we experienced some move, very fantastic move on the JPY PS. So let's start from top-down analysis. Let's start from the daily time frame. So the daily time frame, you can already see price is pushing in an uptrend. See it? This is the higher high. This is the breakout and retest of the resistance. Signaling a continuation in an uptrend. Get it? And our price is now creating higher highs, higher high, and then higher low. See it now? This is our higher low. So we are still in a bullish market. For CHF. And price has created a new higher high. These are new higher high. Then our higher low is here. These are higher low here. That's our higher low. So swing traders, this is a good opportunity to enter a buy. Now let's scale down to the lower time frame. We can see the buy sentiment already on the daily time frame. Let's then go back to the H4 time frame. On the H4 time frame, we can see price also moving in an uptrend, and we can see the break of a previous lower high. You can see the break of a previous lower high. See, this is the lower high, and then we can see the break of that previous lower high. Let's go down again to the H1 time frame. Yes, see? So we can see that price has shifted from a downtrend to an uptrend. So CHF JPY is good for a buy now. You can enter a buy for CHF JPY now. As all indication is pointing to the uptrend. So CHF JPY is good for a buy now, right? So going to enter a buy now, you order buy with your preferred size. Buy, yes. So CHF is good for a buy now. Now, my buy, so let me also include it on my notepad so that we can see what I am doing properly. CHF JPY is good for a buy now. So if you are with your device and account is ready, and take a buy on CHF JPY, as all of the sentiment is pointing up in an uptrend, so it's good for a buy now. So share with this, say CHF JPY, CHF JPY buy, and my entry. Of course, we're not going to have the same entry. Our entry will be different. My entry is around 151.9960. That's where my entry is. Get it? Why? Why again are we entering this buy? Because the price is pushing in an uptrend. And as planned, as part of our reasons to enter a buy, we'll go back to that our reason to enter a buy. You see it? Buy in an uptrend after a pullback, buy break after the breakout and retest of resistance. So out of these three reasons, number one is what has happened. Number one is what has happened. Where is the pullback of this chart? This is the pullback here. So an object will remain in motion until it is impacted by an external force. So things tend to continue than the reverse, more of it. All of our setup is clear, and then all of the parameters is also ticked off. So the buy is right and enter a buy, right? Can we move on? Can we move on?
Yes, sir.
Right? So
yes, we can.
All right, fantastic. So our gold too is also in an uptrend buy too. Our gold is also in an uptrend buy too, as it has fulfilled our requirements. So if you have a small account, you might want to be selective with the amount of instruments you are trading. But if you have a fat account, the more the merrier. You can choose more opportunities. You can enter more opportunities on the chart. So the more the merrier, you can add more opportunities on the chart. All right, so let's go on. So now let's move over to our next chart, our next instrument, trade. I'm going to take questions first. Of course, I'm going to take questions. Somebody's asking what's the TP. So the TP is actually based at the next resistance. You can put your TP anywhere, 10 pips, 20 pips, 30 pips, and all that. And put your TP anywhere, as long as it's not above horizontal resistance, right? So if you're asking for TP for any of these instruments based on what you want, but if you see my own TP is very high because I believe it will continue higher. So you can choose 10 pips, 20 pips, 30 pips based on your preference, all right? So let's move on to the next instrument. Next now, I am on NZD USD. I'm on New Zealand US dollar.
Hello, please. Can I ask a question, please?
All right, please go on, sir.
Please. I want to understand this. Chef JPY.
Yes.
Did you say 151.960?
Yeah, that was my own entry, sir. But if you are entering now, we cannot enter at the same price. But you can also enter the buy. They are all going to make money. It's not possible you enter. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Instant sir.
Okay, I was thinking it's a buy stop.
No, sir. No, sir. Of course, that's also a very good suggestion. You can also put a buy stop above the current market price, but I don't think there's any reason to put a buy stop because that's fulfilled all of our requirements. Just enter instant.
Okay, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, so let's move on to the next one, which is NZD USD. NZD USD. So NZD USD, let's start from top-down analysis. Let's start from the higher time frame. From the daily time frame, NZD USD is clearly pushing to the upside. Clearly pushing to the upside.
You say the gold is on a buy.
We can please signify and tap our questions, please, so that we don't interrupt. Yes, I said according to all of the things we can see on gold, bias is for buy.
Okay.
All right. NZD USD from the daily time frame, we are pushing up. It's an uptrend. On the H4 time frame, also an uptrend. Then H1, our intraday time frame, where we can pick trades and close for the day, right? So on the intraday time frame, price has just broken a resistance. Though it's in an uptrend, price has just broken a resistance. So if we go back to our reasons to buy, anytime price breaks a resistance, buy after retest. See, it's number 2 of our reasons to enter a buy. After the breakout and retest of the resistance horizontal. Then right now, on NZD USD, we have seen the break of a resistance. We have seen the break of a resistance, right? So it means what we are expecting price to do now, we just need a retest or a pullback. Just need a retest or that retest or pullback is going to appear as a red candle. It's going to start as a red candle and then it will end as a green candle, just as we had it here. Let me highlight this one. This place used to be a resistance before that price broke. Then this is where price broke it. This is where price broke that resistance. See it? And price came back to the resistance to retest it. Now, at that point of retest, what is the color of candle we can see there that signifies that the pullback or retest has ended? See the red candle first. See the red candle first, followed by the green candle. That signifies that the pullback has ended. So that is exactly what we're also expecting on NZD USD H1. Breakout and retest of this horizontal support, and there we can horizontal resistance, then we can enter buy. When we follow these rules, it will be too long before we're in profit. Now, if you have a fat account, you can still afford to enter the buy now. If your account is good, go and enter a buy now because it's still in an uptrend. We'll just prepare our mind for a temporary pullback if necessary, and then it will continue to move in our direction. So NZD USD still a buy trade, still an uptrend, still buying on NZD USD. Right? Somebody is saying I can't see my screen. I believe we can see my screen. Yes or yes?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So another person said, can I get a recording of this, please? Yes, it's available on YouTube. It's available on our YouTube channel. Immediately after the close of the analysis, you can please go back to our YouTube channel and rewatch it again for educational purpose. That's it. All right. So let's go on. Let's go on. AUD USD. I'm now on the 4th instrument right now. AUD USD. So let's start with top-down analysis, daily time frame first. Now on the daily time frame for AUD USD, the price has been in an uptrend And right now it has approached a resistance. Higher time frame, it is now at a resistance. So because price is at the resistance, which was something very, very important. Anytime price is in a very key area or key zone like this, let's say this is the resistance, where price is right now. So immediately price gets there, price can only do two things. It's either price breaks that resistance, continue up, that's scenario one, or price gets to that resistance and changes direction. See, even if price gets there and consolidates, eventually it's going to choose a direction. You get it? So anytime price is at resistance, it's either it continues up or it changes direction. All right. So how then do we now approach this in line with our reasons to buy or sell? Okay. So on the daily time frame, because price is already at horizontal resistance, we need to be careful with our buy. Our buy is almost too late right now. The first anticipation is to wait and see, wait for price action. So peradventure, if we have a bearish candle close below this resistance, we can then begin to anticipate a sell. So on our intraday time frame, see it even on the H4, price also at resistance, and we don't want to buy at resistance. Our only reason to buy for AUD USD is the break of this resistance. The break of this resistance, or most preferably the breakout and retest of this resistance. To scale down to the H1 time frame, it's also the same. Right? So H1 time frame, price has also broken this turncoat resistance. It's too late to enter a buy now. The reason to enter a buy is the retest of this broken resistance, H1 to enter a buy. And then, if we are to enter a sell, we need to see the break of a previous lower high, higher low rather. Since it has been moving up, so this is what I'm trying to say. Share my chart. So price has been moving up, creating higher highs and higher lows. The reason to sell is that once price breaks the last higher low, there's a pullback, we have a reason to sell. See, that's a reason to sell. So on the chart of AUD USD, we want to see a retest, a pullback of this level before we enter a buy, or the breakout and retest of the upper resistance before we enter a sell of AUD USD. Right? So let's go on. Next now we are moving down to, someone is asking for USD JPY. Yes, we're going to get there, sir. We're going to get there, sir. So we are on USD card right now. We need to get to USD JPY. USD card, so let's start from the higher time frame as well. A higher time frame for USD card, price has been pushing bearish. Price has been pushing bearish for the past 4 days now. Right now, price is approaching this resistance now turned support. See, price is approaching this resistance now turned support. So on our notepad, let me quickly include that NZD USD, ZD USD, also good for buy. Then AUD USD, USD, need to wait for retests. Wait for retests before buy. Before we buy. Right? So right now we are on USD card. So USD card has been pushing bearish, pushing down to this support area. So let's scale down to our lower time frame. And on our H4 time frame, we can see a downtrend. Now, this downtrend is not a typical downtrend because we can't find pullbacks inside. It's just a free fall. It's just a free fall. So we want to be careful with the way we enter this kind of downtrend. To get more understanding of this, we should try and please attend some of our physical classes, any of our branches, to get deeper understanding, right? So I would advise that we enter a sell now if we want to swing trade, except if we want to scalp. But we should be preparing ourselves for a buy. We should be preparing ourselves for a buy, all right? So let's get down to the lower time frame. Let's see what it would be our reason to enter a buy on USD CAD. So our reason to enter a buy, of course, is for price to fall to an horizontal support, like the one we are seeing on daily time frame. See, this daily time frame, price will get there with a red candle. Once we see a green candle beside the red, this horizontal support, we can enter a buy. Or we can put a buy limit ahead of time on this horizontal support to target a buy. Buy limit on this horizontal support to target a buy. That's for swing trade. Let me scale down to the 8-4 time frame. Also the same thing. The buy limit on that to target a buy. Now, for day traders who would like to pick opportunities, let's also position for a buy, as the sell is already oversold. It's a free fall sell. So let's label out these places. You see, if this is our lower low, let me mark this as lower low, LL, and this is our lower high. This is our lower high. And here is our lower low. We have our lower low here. And lower low here. Right here. This as our lower low. Then here is our lower high. Here is our lower high. We need the recent lower high to be broken by price. You see, price should continue to create lower lows and lower high. But once we see that price has broken the recent lower high, it means the sentiment has changed. Once price breaks the recent lower high, the break of any recent lower high, like this one, signifies that the sentiment is beginning to change to an uptrend. See, once you see the break of any recent lower high, you swing into action, and then we begin to enter our buy trades. Begin to enter our buy trades instantly. Now, begin to enter our buy trade instantly. So for for day traders, this is how we'll be approaching and positioning for a buy. So as we have planned this trade like this, we need to trade our plan. We need to stick to it and then trade our plan, right? So let me now move down to the much lower time frame, which is scalpers time frame, like the 15 minutes. So on the 15-minute time frame, people, those of us who like to scalp, we can still position for a very short sell here, So on the 15-minute time frame, we can see that since price is pushing bearish, price has just broken a turncoat support. Now, if we go back to our reasons to sell, because we want to enter in and out very fast. One of the reasons to sell is to sell in a downtrend after a pullback, sell after the breakout and retest of a support. See it now. So number 2 time is still in preparation. It's almost ready for us to see, and then we'll enter our trade. Sell after the breakout and retest of a support. So on the 15-minute time frame, for those of us who are scalpers, here is where I would like to put and enter a short sell here, or put sell limits at this area. Zoom in. So it's still where I am showing for sell. And so yes, that's where I'm positioning for a sell. So my first sell area will be at this broken turncoat support, or I can enter an instant sell now. The price is still moving down, or I can enter an instant sell now since I want to be out in a minute. So I can enter an instant sell now, and I'll put my stops above the previous lower high, and my TP was recent before the most recent support. So this is how we'll be approaching USD CAD as a scalper. Those of us who like to scalp, this is exactly how we'll be approaching the USD CAD. Short sell, still right. Those of us who have long time frames in mind should just position for a long time buy. Very soon it's going to be available. Either today or tomorrow, when we have a reversal in USD CAD. But for now, we can enter a short sell based on this scenario in 15 minutes. Let me add that to our notepad. So we have USD CAD, short sell on 15 minutes. And then also on USD CAD, we need to wait for the complete buy setup. What are we going to see? The break of a recent lower high. Simple. That's what we're going to see, and then we can then begin to enter our trades, right? So let's move on to the next pair. Okay, let me see if we have questions now. Okay. So questions. I can see question on can we please look at GU? Okay, we'll look at GU in a very short while. Swing trade, that's what about swing trader that is holding up for USD CAD? Can we still hold it or close it in loss? USD CAD, we are not buying right now. We are only buying after the break of a lower high. I just said that not quite long, sir. We can only sell, only scalpers are allowed to sell now. A very short while. You can sell for a short while as a scalper, but as swing traders who want to buy on USD CAD, you need to see the break of a lower high or let price fall to a major support, and then we can begin to enter our buy. Right? Can you please explain again the reasons to buy or sell? It's available on the notepad. Please, Mr. Charles, please go back to the YouTube channel and watch the whole episode. Right? So let's go on. Let's move on to the next pair. Okay, Mr. Olujide raised hand. Can go on, sir. Hello, sir. Okay, so let's move on then. Let's go back to the next pair. We're going to talk about GU in a minute. So let's move on to USD JPY. Yes, I can see another person. Okay, I mean those that have been on buy since last week on USD CAD, and they still hold on. So I really don't know the exact place you entered the buy on USD CAD, but what I can tell you for free, sir, is that on that USD CAD pair, the point at which you would know that your buy is wrong is when price is able to finally break below this support. If price is yet to break this below this support, daily time frame, your buy is not wrong totally. Maybe you had entered the buy too early, or you entered the buy based on the 3 good news for USD. It's not wrong, sir. What you've done, sir, is not wrong. It's very, very right. But when we know that our buy is wrong is when price is able to break below this support. That is when we believe that our buy is wrong. So till then, you're not wrong. Now stay on the chart, stay on the trade until it turns back even. Okay. So let's go on then. So the next pair we'll be looking at is USD JPY. USD JPY. So let's start off with our top-down analysis again. Let's start down with our top-down analysis again. Right? So let's start off from the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, we have seen USD JPY is in an uptrend. See, because why do we say price in an uptrend? Because this price did not break below this last higher low. So why price is still pushing in an uptrend? Why price is still pushing in an uptrend? You can see higher lows and higher highs, higher lows and higher highs. can see higher lows and higher highs, right? So let me quickly label it for us so that we can flow with the analysis. This is our higher high. I have a higher high here. This is higher low. I have a higher low here. See, this is our higher high. This is our higher high. Which now this is our higher low. This is our higher low. This is our higher low. So price is still pushing in an uptrend because price did not break the last higher low. We are still in an uptrend. So let's scale down to our time frame, H4. On H4 time frame, can we see setup for an uptrend? Yes, we can. Why? Because price pushed down to this support area. We had price pushed down to this support area. Price pushed down to this support area. Okay. Share this. Now, price is now creating, this is new higher high. This is our new higher high. And then this is our new higher low. This is our new higher low. So we're still pushing in an uptrend. So USD JPY, it's also good for a buy trade. USD JPY, good for a buy trade. So we can enter a buy. Let's go down to a much lower time frame again. This is the H1 time frame. So our sentiment from the daily is pointing to a buy. Can we see any reason to enter a buy on H1 as part of our reasons for buy? Let's go back to the reasons to enter a buy again. Buy in an uptrend after a pullback, buy after the breakout and retest of the resistance, buy at horizontal support. Can we see any of this? Yes, I can see number 3. The reason to enter a buy, number 3, is what we can see already on USD JPY H1 time frame. So price has already created horizontal support here. So what is the signal to buy? Red candle first, followed by blue. Yes. So USD JPY is good for an instant buy. Instant buy. Yes. Then our TP will be above, stop loss will be below. USD JPY is good for instant buy. Let me add that to chart mode. USD JPY. USD JPY is good for buy. For instant buy. And buy is around 134.978. We are not going to have the same entry, but since we are buying in the same trade, we are all going to make money. So that is around the time where I just entered my buy, right? So USD JPY, good for buy. Okay. Let me go over some questions again. Someone said, please, can you make analysis on why the bullish move on NFP last week on USD index and the move in the same direction? This is sort of the contrary to it. All right. So the thing with it is that structure that anytime USD is up, indices will be down. It's not cast on stone. It is not cast on stone. More of the time, they're supposed to go in alternate ways. They are inversely proportional. Indices index is up. US indices will be down. Indices index up, US indices down. More of the time, that is how it's supposed to move. But there are times when we do have that the two of them will move in the same direction. So last week Friday is just one of those times. Nothing is cast on stone. So as there are times when it's not going to respect that law, and it's very, very fine. It's very, very fine. Right? So let's go on. AUD JPY. I'm about to wrap up on the currency pairs. AUD JPY, also the same thing too. We can be faster with this one now. AUD JPY starting from the higher time frame. AUD JPY from the higher time frame is pushing up. Is in a clear uptrend, all right? H4 time frame in a clear uptrend, right? our intraday time frame, H1, we need a reason to buy. We just need a reason to buy. So here we've seen the first pullback on AUD/JPY now. One reason to buy, because price is clearly pushing in an uptrend. If we want to be more conservative, we buy after pullback. After a pullback, buy after a pullback. Want to be more conservative, buy after a pullback. Or if you have a good account, the more the merrier, can enter instant buy. Stop. Just simple. Because price is still pushing in an uptrend until proven otherwise. AUD/JPY as well. Buy AUD/JPY. Buy AUD/JPY. So I entered my buy around 1.585. It's also a good setup for buyers. Setups are complete. The requirements for the setups are complete. Right. So let's go on. So now I'm going to move over to EUR/JPY. Someone asked for EUR/JPY. Let's take EUR/JPY. So EUR/JPY as well. Let's start from top-down analysis. This one is it's a very good opportunity. So EUR/JPY, we've seen the breakout and retest on the daily time. Price is pushing up. Across board, JPY is weak. Because JPY is on Rally's platform, permanently on the quote position. Because it is weak, every other currency against it will be moving up. So as you can see, AUD/JPY, NZD/JPY, USD/JPY, EUR/JPY, CHF/JPY, all pushing bullish. Why? Because JPY is weak generally. So this is still an uptrend. Very good opportunity to enter it now. You can see the higher highs, higher lows, the breakout of retest of that resistance. Let's scale down to the lower time frame. On the lower time frame, you can see bullish sentiment as well. H1 time frame, a reason to buy. We need a reason to buy. So right now on H1 time frame, price is presently this resistance. On the H1 time frame, price is presently this resistance. Anytime we want to buy and price is at resistance, what do we need to wait for? Breakout and retest of the resistance, and then we enter our buy. So EUR/JPY, good for a buy. What is our signal to enter the buy? Breakout and retest. The breakout will come in form of green candles. The retest will come in form of red candles. End of the pullback will be, that's it. It's very simple. EUR/JPY, we are waiting to enter a buy. After the break of this resistance, once we see a bullish candle break out of this resistance, enter a buy, or the break and retest of this resistance. Very simple. Right? So someone else requested British pounds USD. Let's quickly check British pounds USD. Let's quickly check British pounds USD. So with British pounds USD now, British pounds USD top-down analysis. Let's start from the higher time frame. On the daily time frame, British pounds USD is at resistance, horizontal resistance. So right now, our buy for long-time trade is extremely late. Some traders we can't buy right now. This price is on horizontal resistance. And let's not forget, British pounds on the UK, they're on holiday. So it's a bank holiday. On H4 time frame, price at resistance. So we need a reason to buy or a reason to sell. Now, if you are waiting for a reason to buy, because price is at resistance, you need a breakout and retest of that resistance to buy. Very simple. Breakout and retest of that resistance, you enter a buy of British pounds. What is our reason to sell? Our reason to sell is also very simple. You can see that price has created, this is the last higher low. See this higher low that price has created? You just need price to break below it. The break of a higher low, yes. And that's step one. Once you see the break of that higher low. Step two, we then need price to pull back and not go above this resistance. That will be our reason to sell. That would be our reason to sell. So British pound USD right now, buy, breakout and retest, sell, break of previous or the last higher low. The last higher low, right? We also go over this. So someone said, are you saying all British pounds are higher? Yes, all British pounds, see British pounds is weak, they are all on an uptrend. So let's be buy on there. So I'm going to hand over very soon now to my colleague. It's going to look at this is clear for us. Right? And someone, Mr. Daniel, is requesting Euro British pounds. Let's quickly go over Euro British pounds. Let's quickly go over Euro British pounds here. So let's start with top-down analysis. So I am on Euro British pounds daily time frame, right? So Euro British pounds daily time frame is presently at horizontal support. Horizontal support. What is one of the reasons to enter a buy at horizontal support? A green candle after a red candle. Get it? Let's scale down to the H4 time frame. On the H4 time frame, you can see price already pushing up, pushing up. Now, this gap is as a result of last week news, last week fundamental, and the close of the market on the Friday. Close of the market on that Friday. So, as expected, price would close on that gap. Price would close on that gap. So, let's scale down to the H1 time frame. Look at buy opportunities. So on the H1 time frame now, we need a reason to enter a buy. So because price has broken the last lower high, and price is now pushing in an up movement right now, all we need to see to enter a buy is a pullback. So once we see a pullback, the pullback will appear as a red candle. After that pullback, at the end of the pullback, the creation of the higher low, you can then enter a buy. So the sentiment for Euro British pounds is a buy after the pullback of the uptrend. This uptrend. That's when we're going to enter buy. It's a trader. It's a trader. It's a buy. Yeah. So buy after the pullback, or if we buy now, then our stops has to be below this previous low. So our stop loss has to be the Euro British pounds would buy after pullback, right? So if you have a small account, you need to be selective of the amount of instruments you have. That is why we advise that you have more in your accounts, more the merrier, so that you'll be able to do more things, so that you'll be able to do, right? So that is all that I have for us. Speaking of for almost an hour. So for the next 5 minutes, before I hand over to my colleague, let me also take a few questions. We have questions that all that we have treated. All that we have treated. We have more questions. Questions. Our CHF JPY doing well. Then USD JPY is also doing well. Yes, Euro JPY waiting for upgrade that resistance. Okay. This person saying check the formation of GU on H4 time frame. I've told us, sir, H4 time frame on GU is at resistance. We are at resistance. Yes, this is the H4 time frame of GU at resistance. You can't enter the buy now. Or we can't buy at resistance. You have to buy after the break and retest of the resistance. And then to sell, even though this candle is forming as red, remember the closing position of the candle is more important than the opening. closing position of the candle is more important than the open. And then to make our sell to be very, very valuable, price has to break the recent higher low. So that in recent higher low we can see is the one on 84. This is the recent higher low. Price has to break it for us to be sure that this is taking the shape of downtrend. Then our sell will be very, very confident. Right? So someone is asking, can I access the Rally Trade YouTube link? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Yes, sir. You can talk to your account manager to send you the link to the YouTube channel so as to watch everything you learn from it. Right? And I see the summary template. Yes, I'm going to share it. Please give us your YouTube link to watch this. Please, Mr. Olujide, please contact your account manager to get the YouTube to watch it. Can we please buy USD card now? No, don't buy USD card now. Wait for the break of the previous lower high, the recent previous lower high until you buy. Or if you buy now, put your stop loss below the support on the daily time. All right. So thank you very much. Let me share the notepad here for us. So this is our notepad. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see us again some other time. So I'm going to hand over now to my colleague, Mr. Maiwa, to stand by now. Take over. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see us again some other time.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I believe you can hear me. Please just respond by typing yes on the chat box. Good morning, everyone. Okay, thank you so very much. Good morning. I believe we had a great weekend, and then we look forward to a productive and fruitful week ahead. My colleague, thank you. My colleague, I see, has done a very good job to looking at the currency instruments. And my job this morning quickly is to share with us one of the outlook we are going to be looking at from the commodity and the indices movements. So that's what we're going to do right now. And then, all right, thank you. All right, thank you. Yes. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to start with the oil charts. I'm going to start with the oil charts. But before then, excuse me, before then, let's look at what we're expecting this week. If you look at this week, what we're basically expecting this week from the Forex factory schedule or calendar is today and tomorrow, we don't expect much fundamental movements in the market. Aside from Wednesday, we are having CPI from the US dollar zone. And then it's going to be a very busy day for US dollar. Also on that same day, we are having news from the CHF zone, and that's the chairman Jordan speaking that day. And on Thursday, we'll be expecting a whole lot of activity lined up for the GPP zone. And also on Friday, we are having prelim University of Michigan consumer sentiment news. So for today and tomorrow, we are not expecting much from the markets fundamentally today. So what we'll be doing basically is we'll be looking at the markets technically, pending the time. We're going to see some movement from the fundamental perspective. First off, let's quickly delve into the oil news. Into the oil charts. You can see that oil on Friday, which was on the 5th of May, closed bullish on Friday, and then when price resumed this morning, price actually started moving up. I still expect the price of oil to continue moving up. The reason why, I believe you can all see my charts. I believe you can all see my oil charts. If you can see my oil charts, please let me know. Okay, all right. So now the price of oil is expected to keep moving on, to keep going on. The reason is because on our daily time frame, we are seeing more of a double bottom, and then I can still give us an instant entry to enter an instant buy on oil. We expect the price of oil, although it's not, we're just catching a few pips from there. It's not much of a distance from where the price is. So except if you want to wait for price to retrace from where I marked it. Presently, you're looking at the price of oil to keep being on a bullish trend. So I still expect the price of oil to get to this top quote resistance. That is 77.19. I can give you my outlook today that oil is bullish, and a break above, a rejection of this region of 77.19 or 78.33 will signify a short position. That is the sell position. But right now, since price is yet to get to that area, we can see that price of oil is expected to get to this 77.19 region. So I can give us an instant order on oil for price of oil to keep going up to that region. Now, so it's a safe, to some extent, it's a safe position to enter a buy on oil now, and expect the price of oil to get to this 77.19 region. So you can have your TP set at 77.19 for an instant order. For an instant execution on oil price now, we expect the price of oil to go to 77.19. That's it for oil today. And also, let me just, before I go ahead and move away from there, if you look at the price of oil from our 4-hour time frame, you can see that price is creating a lower high and lower low movement. You see price from this level come down, gets to retest this trend line, comes down, test this trend line zone again, comes down, and is going up now. So price can actually get to this 77.19 or this region and get rejected again. Or better still, price can break out of this trend line and go up. So my point is this: you can look for possibility of price of oil when your price gets to 77.19. Getting rejected downward, or if price fails to get rejected downward because of the bullish momentum from the daily time frame, on the daily time frame, price can actually get to this trend line and still break out of it and head towards this verified resistance that we have here, and that is 80.28 region. So you can have two possibilities there, that when price gets to this trend line, a rejection of this trend line might not be there, and then a rejection of this trend line might just be there, and then price can come down, or price can actually break out of this zone and then keep going to this verified resistance. That's it on oil. And so quickly, let's go to another instrument. If you have any question, please, you can just drop it in the chat box because of our time. If you have any question, please just drop it on the chat box because of our time. So let's quickly go. Yes, instant oil on buy up to 77.19. Instant buy on oil. up to 77.19. And also, please map out this region. I'm going to share with us my notepad after this, or better still, let me just share it with you quickly. Also, I'm looking at, okay, before I do that, let me quickly talk on gold. Let me talk on gold. We see that because of what happened last week, we saw gold come down went up to this level of 20.79 dollar per ounce on gold. And price actually got rejected here after the Fed said that there's a possibility of them pausing or taking a pause on interest rates. So definitely that will have effect on the price of gold. So we saw that afterwards, gold actually slipped down to this level. If you look at my chart very well, you see this my trend line that I put up here. You see price actually broke out of this trend line upward. And we know that most times when price actually break out of the trend line, it comes back for it. The price actually came down after the price broke out of this trend line. Price actually came down to retest this trend line. And when price actually came down to retest this trend line, it rejected it and it's going up. Now, on a broader time frame, I'm expecting that the price of gold will still continue to go up. When I say broader time frame, I'm talking about for the rest of this year. I expect the price of gold to go up. Why? I'll give you the reasons. Number one, the Fed, they have plans of taking a pause on interest rates, and maybe even before the end of this year, they plan on reducing the interest rates. So, which of course will take the price of gold up. Number one, that's another one is number two. There's this coalition of some countries that are actually thinking of erasing the power of US dollar from the global economy. So what they do is the acronym of those countries is called BRIC, BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and some other countries that are lined up to join them, Iran, Argentina, and some other African countries that are lined up to join them. So what these people are coming up with, I think they are going to have the meeting by June. What these people are planning on doing is they want to adopt the same gold standard system that they will tie their currency valuation to gold price. So, and if you look at it, Russia and China, they happens to be the largest gold producer in the whole world. So now, if you look at the fact that these countries and those countries are planning to destabilize US dollar from the world global economy, they are going to make use of gold as a standard measure against their own currency, then you should expect that the price of gold should go up. So those two reasons, that means the Fed plan on pausing interest rates and on cutting it before the end of this year. And the second reason why I gave you should give boosts to the to the gold, to the price of gold on a broader time frame. So, but since we are most intraday traders, we're trading on daily time frame. So I just give us that if you want to look at gold from a broader perspective. So I'm looking at price rejecting around this zone on gold. That is 2030.30 to 2044.50. Now a break above 2060.06 will signify a bullish momentum on the price of gold. Yeah, I said an instant buy on oil up to 77.19. 77.19. So quickly, because of our time, I'll just share with you what I have on the two instruments that I've talked on, and then we'll call it a day. Please, if you have any question, can quickly drop it on the chat box so that I can answer the question on time. All right. So I believe you can see my my notepad. All right. So let's talk about the last one, US30, and then I'll call it a day with us. Let's talk about US30. I believe you can see my notepad. All right. I'm sorry because of our time. I cannot take all of our instrument that we're dropping. Of course, I so much desire that I take us through that US 100, US 2000 DAX, but because of our time, we might not be able to do that. But let's look forward to what we have in the afternoon as trading ends and the ones that we've shared with us, please. So I believe you're seeing my notepad, so I can change my screen to the charts again. All right. So if you look at US 30, US 30 has been on an upward trend from my daily time frame. If you look at the charts and the trend line that I actually put up there, and then you can see that the price level 34,353 has been a very, very stubborn area for the price to push above or to go above. So our price actually retraced down from that level, and then presently price is going up. I believe that I expect price to move, to break below this area. I expect rejection. I expect rejection of price on US 30 around this area. Now, I hope we know that we still have CPI on Wednesday, and we have some quarterly earnings, some of the quarterly earnings this week. So we have to be very cautious. But then, since today is Monday and today happens to be non-fundamental news, there's no fundamental news today. So we expect that the price of US 30 should be purely technical. And we're looking at it from a technical point of view also. So a price we should be expecting, because in the morning the US 30 tends to move in a very boring manner, just like US 500 and US 100 sometimes, aside from DE 30. Now I expect US 30 to experience a bit of rejection around this region that I have here. That is the 3797. 33797 and 33964. Why is that? I'll tell you briefly now. The reason is because price has actually been, if you look at the past price action around this area, price has actually been moving around this area. And when price got to this area, this 33797, price actually got rejected there, which is where price is presently now. So what I'm saying is this: if you look at your chart, and as we're looking at our chart there, we are not seeing any reason for price to reject around that area, because the candlesticks are forming around that area, although the bullish momentum is quite not strong, is a bit weak, until we see a clear bearish movement around that area or rejection. That is when we will comfortably say we're going to enter a sell on US 30. But okay, I think I've shared with us the price of gold. I will do that again before the end of this class. Now, I believe that price of US 30 should be rejected around this zone 33797 and 33964. Now, until we see a rejection around this zone that price is presently, I'll still be looking forward to a sell on US 30. So I'm not going to take an instant sell now on US 30. I'm going to wait for price to give me a clear signal. So what I'm saying is this: a break above this 33797 upward to 33964, around that area, if you see any bearish formation candlestick around that area, please do not hesitate to enter a sell. And I'm looking forward, if you request for my personal opinion, I'm looking forward to price getting up to this level of 33879, 33879 for price to retrace from there. I'm going to quickly put down the values there, share it with you, and then I'll give room for questions. Our time is fast spent, so that's the reason why I'm in a hurry a bit. For those of us that we are having questions, that we have questions on US 100 and US 30, US 500 and DAX, I might not be able to answer that question now, but please bear with me, and we can also ask me any other question because of our time. So I'm going to open the floor for question. So I'm going to share with us the screen also. Just give me a moment. Okay.
Hello, I have a question.
Yeah, please just type it in the chat box.
All right.
All right. So
Okay, I'll do that.
take with you now. Okay. Yes. I'm not going to give us a precise value for TP on gold because of our individual account balance. So you can just take maybe 10, 20 from that and make use of your support and resistance for your take profits. And then yeah, analysis, and that's what please. And that was what actually affected our timing on indices and other. So now I'm going to share with you my screen for entry points, and then we can call it a day. All right. So this is it now. So okay, once again, price. Yeah, I just shared the price entry. The TP for oil again, 77.19, and then if you're on your laptop, you can write it up to 78.33, 78.33, 78.33. And also we have one is about to reach fair value by using fair value resistance. On US30 is moving. US30 is moving in a consolidating manner. All right. So be careful about entering a buy or sell an instant order. The reason is because best is to wait for a pullback. Okay. You wait for a pullback before you enter a buy or sell on all these instruments. So you just don't enter a buy when price is moving in this manner. Okay. It's very, very risky. So I'd prefer that you stay for a breakout before you enter a buy or a sell. Now, also, the US 100, there's the movement of US 30 and US 100 and US 500 seems similar. So you should know that what happens around that area, I mean, on US 30 could also have the same spiral effect on US 100 and US 500. So you can use the same knowledge that you are having on US 30 and US 100 and apply it on the other instruments. Okay, so that's just it on I think I've given us the price entry, and then I believe when we are when price gets to any of our price entry, please don't let us hesitate to take an instant order. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you so very much. So please, if you have any question, you can always chat with your account manager, and then a response will be given to you. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a productive day. Enjoy the rest of your morning.
Thanks, everyone.